Hello my dear students, welcome to business studies classes for 12th standard. We are doing chapter number 5, that is organizing, and this is part 5 in which we are going to learn about centralization and decentralization. So let's start the video with your Jerry sir. So now students, I will explain the concept of centralization and decentralization. So in an organization there can be a centralization and there can be decentralization and there can be mixture also. Now first we have to understand what is the meaning of centralization here. Centralization refers to concentration of powers, or you can say authorities, in few hands, that is top level. Now you have learned in chapter 1 levels of management. Let me show you. You have learned about levels of management. I hope you remember these levels of management. Top level, where you have learned about chairman, board of directors, managing directors, general manager, president, and so on, CEO, CFO. Then middle levels, departmental heads, and the purchase department, sales department, marketing manager, etc. Then comes lower level, or you can say supervisory level also, where supervisors, clerks, foremen, etc. are coming. So these are what levels of management. Okay, so what they are saying, centralization is that process in which the powers, or you can say authorities, are distributed to only what top levels of management. It means all the decisions will be taken by top level management, either it's policy making, either it's the any about lower level management, recruitment, staffing, whatever the decisions, they will be, all decisions will be taken by the top level management. It means all authorities, all powers are centralized to the top level. So that is called what? Centralizations. Now if we talk about decentralization, what decentralization means? Decentralization means systematic distribution of authority at every level of management. Now decentralization is better than centralization, because in decentralization what we are doing, as we have learned in centralization we are providing all authorities and powers to top level, but in decentralization some share of authorities and powers distributed to every level of management, either it is top level, middle level, or supervisory level, or you can say lower level management. So what they are doing, under decentralization every employee working at different levels gets some share in the authorities. So according to the responsibility which we have assigned to them, so according to that only what some authorities are distributed to them, either they are of middle level, either they are of supervisory level, so that they can complete their responsibility in a proper manner. Okay, so basically a manager have to decide in advance that whether he will apply decentralization policy or centralization policy. Actually what happening that no organization can never, you can say that any organization can never be completely centralized or decentralized. They can't you can say opt completely centralized, or they can't be completely decentralized. That's why they are opting what? Mixed policy. What? Mixed policy means where centralization also there and decentralization also there. Now how they can apply this one? So sometimes company follows a mixed policy of centralization and decentralization. They keep the important matters, what, such as like financial decisions related to the money, finance, and structural decisions with the top level of management. It means they are giving all the main policy making and decision making decision to top level management, and related to finance, giving all these authorities given to top level management. And then what? Only and share the common decisions with the people working at different levels. Then decisions regarding the recruitment and some other decisions to repair something machines, these decision authorities they are giving to the middle level and lower level. So they are opting what? Mixture, centralization also and decentralization also. So main authority they are giving to top level in mixed policy, and then some authorities, some common decisions they are giving, some common decision authority they are giving to middle level also and lower level also. That is called mixed policy. Okay, now this is what? Centralization and decentralization. Now some you can say relation between delegation and decentralization, this we are going to study here. Now we will understand about relation between delegation and decentralization. Now there is a big confusion among students that they are thinking that decentralization is same as delegation. Let me tell you that yes, we can say that decentralization can't be complete without delegation, but decentralization is a big concept in compared to delegation. Okay, they are two different concepts. Okay, so we have to understand the concept here, what is the difference between them. Decentralization is extension of delegation. Okay, as I told you, we can't complete decentralization without delegation, so it is what? Extension. the further part of delegation. In delegation, we multiply the authority with 2, whereas in decentralization, the authority is multiplied by many. Now here you may be confused by that, sir, what does that mean that we multiply by 2 in delegation but we are multiplied by many in decentralization? What it means? So I will explain this with example. Just pay attention here. You have learned about delegation in starting. So in that one I have told you that there is a subordinate and superior relationship in which superior gives some responsibility to subordinate, and with that those responsibility he shares some authorities also, so that the subordinate can complete the work, and with that he creates some accountability on the subordinate that he have to complete the work in the given period of time. So that is called what? Delegation. Okay, what is delegation? Like a manager, that owner has given some work that you have to produce 1000 units. He has given to superior, and superior pass that work to subordinate that you have to produce 1000 units. You can see subordinates are many, like that 1 2 3 4 5, so we divide in that one group. Okay, so he passed his work to on subordinates. That is called delegation. Okay, but when we're talking about the systematic distribution of authority, then it's called what? Decentralization. Now as you can see here, decentralization. In decentralization, you can see top level, middle level, and lower level management. In decentralization, you can see top level management. What actually that decentralization we are deciding in advance. It is a, you can say that it is a policy which is decided in advance that which type of authorities and powers, or you can say responsibility, will be shared by top level management, which authorities will be given to middle level management, and which are the authorities which are given to lower level management. These are decided in advance already. Okay, so most of that power, that those are main power given to top level, then top level shares some authorities with the middle level, and the middle level, out of that those some authorities, he shares some to lower level management. Now here you can see that top level is sharing those responsibilities with many here, like that. The middle level is level, you can see also in lower level also many are there. Okay, 1 2 3 and many can be there. So they are, because in middle level also you can see that many workers are departmental head, sales department hand, or marketing department hand, many are there. In the same way, lower level management also have supervisor, clerk, foreman, and many are there. So they are sharing some responsibility and authorities with what? Accountability. So this is called what? Systematic distributions of authorities and powers in decentralization. That is called decentralization. Now we'll learn more about this one. So they have written that decentralization is an extension of delegation. In delegation, we multiply the authorities with 2. Now with 2 is what? Superior and subordinate. In what? In delegation. But when we're talking about decentralization, then we are sharing the authority which is multiplied by many. As we have seen, I have shown you that in middle level many workers are there. In the same way, lower level management many workers are there. So because systematic delegation taking place at every level, where in decentralization systematic delegation taking place, so it will result in evenly distribution of authority and responsibility at every level and result in decentralization. That is only called decentralization. So if delegation is restricted to certain levels only, then there will be no complete decentralization also. So we can't restrict delegation to you can say what? To certain levels, like we have done suppose that we are doing in centralization, like we are giving all authorities to top level management. So it will not result in a good successful, you can say, in businessman. So we need to distribute these authorities and powers properly. Okay, for example, let's learn this thing with the example only. Suppose that our director has given you can say that responsibility to production head. To whom? To a production head, that he has to produce 50,000 units per head per annum. It means in a year he has to, as you can see here, director has given one responsibility to production head that he has to produce 50,000 units. How much? 50,000 units in a year. Okay, and with that responsibility he has you can say give him some authorities and powers also. So now what production had done? Production had decided that and yes, this director has given this authority to production head that he can what? He can hire the required workers. Hire means that he can recruit, or you can select the workers, and he can select the salaries also, and he can decide the working conditions also. To whom he has given these authorities and powers? Production head. Now what production head done? Production head can't do this work alone. So he shares his responsibilities and authorities with the production manager. So he has given some authorities to production manager that he can, what he can do, he can deals with the workers and authorize them to select the workers. So production manager shares his authorities with supervisor, that he can, supervisor is more familiar with the workers, so he will select the what, he will recruit and select the workers because he is more familiar. Then supervisors, you can say, further distribute or shares responsibilities and powers with the foreman. Okay, then foreman with the machine operators. So in this way, what we are going, what we are doing at every small level, what we are doing delegations of authorities. See here, director to production head, then production head to production manager, then production manager to supervisor, and then supervisor to foreman, and the foreman to machine operator. So they all are sharing their authorities and responsibilities. So this whole process is called what? Decentralization. So as I told you, decentralization is bigger concept in compared to delegations. Okay, so this is called only what? This is that is small level delegation, and the full process systematic, you can say a you can say distribution of authorities is called what? Decentralization. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, as you can see, it is written here. That is why we say systematic delegation leads to decentralization. As I told you, systematic what? Delegations of authorities leads to decentralizations. In delegation, the authorities is shared between two persons only. That is what? Manager and subordinate, or you can say superior and subordinate. Whereas in decentralizations, many people at every level are involved. Director, production head, production manager, subordinates, foreman, machine operators, and many more. Okay, that is called what? Relation between delegation and decentralization. So now students, next topic is coming. Delegation is necessary in every organization, but decentralization is optional. It means that what they're talking about, that decentralization is not compulsory. It's up to you. It's up to the manager. It's up to the organization that they choose decentralization or not. But without delegation, they can't work, because delegation is the tool to get the work done effectively and efficiently through others. So delegation is done, must. It will be there in every organization, but decentralization is a choice. So delegation is an essential part of every organization, you can say that, and no organization can work without the using the concept of delegation. But decentralization is a choice. But if you are choosing centralization, in the starting we have learned about centralization also, where the all authorities and powers under the hand of top level management. So what will happen? Yes, the top level management can do work, but what happening when these all work are done by top level management, all authorities are there in top level management. So what will happen? There will be delay in the decisions. Suppose that the lower level management, that machine is, you can say that machine is need to be repaired. So lower level management can't take this decision. So they will inform to middle level. Okay, then middle level, what will happen? Middle level has to inform to the top level. Then top level will decide. And then top level this pass that order to middle level. Then middle level pass that order to lower level, that they can call out a mechanic who can repair that machine. So this process will take too much time. And if this power is given to lower level management in supervisory level to foreman, then foreman can call a mechanic and he can come in 5 minutes and he can complete the work. So it will take less time. But due to centralization, this process will delay. So what will happen? More time will be consumed in this one. And as you know that nowadays, and especially in the present era, due to liberalization and globalization, fast decision is needed, and quick decisions can be taken through the decentralizations only, because this is a demand of the current era. So it provides what? Greater flexibility. What? Decentralization provide what? Flexibility and freedom of action. Okay, but still many organizations are there who are working with little, or you can say no decentralization. So it is a matter of choice and preference of top level management, and it is not compulsory. Okay, I hope it is clear. So now we'll talk about the importance of decentralization. So first importance of decentralization is what? Develop initiative among subordinates. When we are you can say implementing decentralization process, so in this process what we are doing, we are systematically distributing authorities to every level of management, either it is top, middle or lower level. So when we are passing this authority, so it means that we are showing the trust, that the manager is showing the trust and faith in the workers, those who are working under the middle level, and lower level of management. So it increase the you can say that trust between the subordinates and their superior. So it will help them to develop what you can say to do, or you can say it help them to motivate the employees so that they can work with full energy and enthusiasm, because their boss is showing what faith on them, so they will do their best. Then coming what second one is what develop managerial talent for future. How it develops managerial talent for future? Because what happens now in decentralization, all the you can say authorities are not given to top level. So top level management are doing what, they are passing some authorities to the lower level and middle level. So it means they are giving them a chance or opportunity to take their some decisions, okay, or to perform some activities, okay. So decentralization process prepares the managers working at lower and middle level to perform the task of top level, because it gives them, because when they are performing that top level task, so it gives them experiences. What experiences? And when they are getting experience, so after some years, when those who are working at top level, they when sometime after some time they have to get retire. So those who are working in middle level, they can take their places. In the same way, those who are working in middle level, they also have to retire. So those who are working in lower level management, they can take the place of middle level management, okay. So in this way what happen, they are developing managerial talent for future, okay. Next is coming what, quick decision making. Definitely, if you are in the decentralization process, that you can say that decision making power is not restricted in few hands, but decision making power is entrusted to all the managers who are working, or you can say, or who are taking actions or performing the activities at all levels. So this leads to what, it leads to you can say that fast working and quick decision making also. So each employee will perform their activities at proper time, so it will help in quick decision making also and completion of tasks on time. Then comes relief to top level of management. How it will get relief to top level management, how it helps? See, when the all work is given to top level management, so they didn't get time to to think about their creativity and to think about the other growth of the organization. But when the authorities are properly distributed among the different levels, so what happen, it provides managers that time to rethink about their future of the organization. So they are free to concentrate on core and important issues, and managers are not overburdened, so it helps them to get relief, okay. Then coming what, facilitates growth. How it facilitates the growth of the organizations? See, when that all the work is all the decisions are taken in a quick time, and all the work is completing on time, it developing what managerial skills in the workers who are working in middle level and lower level, developing initiative among the subordinates. So what will happen, it will leads to growth of the organization only, because it gives freedom to lower level workers that they can work properly. So this helps the subordinates to do the work in the manner best suited for the department. So it will lead to productivity increases, and it will generate more revenue, more profit, and which can be used for the expansion of the organizations only. So in this way it facilitates growth. Then coming what, better control. How it comes better control? See, when you are applying that one decentralization process, so that at every level the managers have to take their own decisions, and they are personally accountable for their decisions. They can't blame the others that they are the reasons for their failure. So if they are fail in some work, so they will be responsible himself, so they can't blame others. So in this way they will do their work properly in a controlled manner. That's why it provides better control. What? Decentralizations, okay, through score. Even that with decentralizations, better control can be exercised through scorecard. Scorecard means that a card is making in which that score is given to the according to the performance of the employees. So it can give them better control. Now the 7th and 8th point is not given in the new books which was published in 2020 or 2019. These 2 points are not given, but still I am explaining you, okay. You can write, no problem there. Promotes initiative and creative. Initiatives we have already learned in the first point, okay. That is only, it promotes initiative by giving them the trust and the confidence to the peoples. And creativity, it helps that you can say that those who are working at top level to apply the creativity in the organization, because they are getting now free time to concentrate on their core and importance issue. Then comes what? Improved teamwork. When the every level people are getting their same authorities and some, you can say, the responsibility, so no one feel that they are alone. They all feel that they are, yeah, this is a teamwork. We all have to do our work so that we can complete one goal of the organization. So it leads to teamwork only. So these all are the importance of decentralization. Then afterwards, difference between delegation and decentralization is given, which I have already explained, so you can go through it. Okay, and here we have completed our chapter. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you, students.
At last, I just want to say be safe and God bless you all.